Hello students, today we are going to do chapter number 4 of class 3 EVS. The name of the chapter is Big and Small Animals. So in this chapter we will discuss about animals around us, animal bodies and movements, food habits and some uncommon animals. Students, before we start the chapters, look at here in this picture. What you have noticed in these pictures? Here, two pictures are given. So in the first picture, when they were passing through the forest, they saw different types of animals. Like some animals are big and some animals are small. And they were talking about the size of animals. Whereas in the second picture, one of the boy was curious to know about other animals which they have not seen in the forest. So students, the pictures described about the size of animals. Okay? Now, I will read the chapter paragraph wise, then I will explain it to you side by side. Okay, now let us begin our chapter. There are different kinds of animals that live around us. They are of different shapes and sizes, big or small. Each of them need food, water and shelter to survive. They live on land, in forests, in deserts, in water, on trees and under the ground. So according to the lines, students, we see different kinds of animals who live around us. They all are different from each other, right? They all have different color, different shapes and different physical features. They also need food, water and shelter to survive because they are living things. Living things means the things which can grow, move, breathe and reproduce. They are living things. Students, some animals live in forests, some in deserts, some in water, some on trees and some under the ground. That means all animals live everywhere on the earth. Now move on to the next paragraph, that is animals around us. The blue whale is the largest animal on earth. It lives in water, on land. The African bush elephant is the largest, whereas the giraffe is the tallest animal. The ostrich is the largest bird. Some big animals like tigers, bears, zebras, kangaroos, elephants, hippopotamus and rhinoceros live in forest. They are called wild animals. Sharks, dolphins and camels are also big animals. Do you know where they live? Some animals like rabbits, porcupines and snakes also live in the world. Other animals like dogs, cats, frogs, lizards and butterflies are small animals. There are some animals that live with humans and are tamed. They are called domestic animals. Horses, cows, buffaloes, camels, sheep and goats are some domestic animals. Many animals like the giant panda, polar bear and penguins live only in specific regions where conditions are suitable for their survival. So students, according to the paragraph, we all have seen animals, right? Can you tell me the names of some animals which you have seen? Yes, I have seen tiger, ducks, cats, snakes, panda and many more. So students, animals are of two types. What are they? They are domestic animals and wild animals. Now let's discuss it one by one. First is wild animals. Have you seen a wild animal, students? If you haven't seen a wild animals, visit zoo or a national park and you will see many animals over there. Okay, so they are different from domestic animals. So wild animals means, students, those animals who live in forest. That means you cannot keep them at your home, okay, or in a farm. They live in forests. That's why they are known as wild animals. Wild animals find their own food. They look after themselves and they do not need anyone to care of them. So wild animals are big as well as small. So some big animals are elephant, bear, tiger, lion, rhinoceros, giraffe, hippopotamus, etc. While some small wild animals are rabbits, snakes, squirrel, mongoose, porcupines, etc. Students, among all the water animals, like blue whale is the largest animal on the earth. So it lives in water. Okay, whereas the African bush elephant is the largest land animals, and giraffe is the tallest animal, and ostrich is the largest bird. Okay, and now another one is domestic animals. So students, some animals are very useful to us, right? So we tame them. Tame means not wild, they are not afraid of people. That means people train them to obey the people. Okay, so we keep them in our homes or in our farms. So they are called domestic animals. So the animals who live with humans and are tamed called domestic animals, like cow, sheep, hen, fish, buffaloes. Okay, so they all are domestic animals. So some domestic animals like cow, goat and buffaloes gives us milk, and which is used to make curd, ghee, butter, etc. Like sheep gives us wool. Wool is used for making woolen clothes. And we eat meat of some animals, right? Such as fish, goat, hen, etc. Right? So hen gives us eggs too. Okay? Students, many animals like giant panda, polar bear, penguin, etc. You will not see these types of animals everywhere. Okay? So you will get these types of animals in a particular region, and that region is suitable for their survival. Okay, now let us move to the next paragraph. That is animal bodies and movements. Different animals have different bodies. Animals have different kinds of legs, wings, heart, bones, beaks, feathers, fur and scales. Some animals move with the help of their legs, some use wings to fly, and some animals swim. Some animals do not have legs at all. Animals move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and to protect themselves from enemies. So students, according to the paragraph, different animals have different bodies. Right? As I have told you before that all the animals are different from each other. So they have different kinds of legs, wings, hearts, bones, beaks, feathers, fur and scales. So as I have already told you before only that all the animals have different physical features. So some animals move with the help of their legs, some use their wings to fly, and some animals swim. Okay, now move on to next, that is legs and feet. Animals move in different ways. They walk, run, hop, swim, fly, creep and crawl. All animals do not have 4 legs. Some have 4 legs, some have 6 and some have 8. So elephants, camels, dogs and cats use their legs to walk. Tigers, leopards, cheetah and horses run very fast using their legs. So the cheetah is the fastest land animals. Rabbits and kangaroos hop on the ground. All these animals have 4 legs. Birds have 2 legs that help them perch on trees and walk and hop on the ground. Some animals like frogs, penguins and ducks have webbed feet that help them swim. See students, animals move in a different ways. They walk, run, hop. Hop means jump. Swim, fly, creep and crawl. All the animals do not have 4 legs. Okay, so some have 4 legs, some have 6 legs, some have 8 legs. Okay, so some animals like elephants, camels, cats use their legs to walk. Okay, whereas some animals like leopards, cheetahs and horses use their legs to run very fast. Understood? Animals like rabbits and kangaroos use their legs to hop on the ground, whereas some animals like frogs and penguins and ducks have webbed feet that helps them to swim. Now move on to next, that is wings. Birds use their wings to move. They have 2 legs and 2 wings which are covered with feathers. Eagles, vultures and emus are big birds. Parrots, pigeons, sparrows and crows are small birds. Wings help birds to fly and move from one place to another. The bones of birds are hollow, hence they can easily lift their bodies for flight. So students, as you all know that birds has 2 legs and 2 wings. The wings are covered with feathers. Wings help the birds to fly and move from one place to another. That means one branch to another branch. Okay? So students, birds have hollow bones. So their bones are too light. That's why they can easily lift their bodies for flight. Okay? So the birds are of different sizes. Okay, so some birds are big and some are small. So some big birds like emus, eagles, vultures, etc. Whereas small birds like parrots, crows, sparrows, etc. Okay, now move on to next, that is tails and fins. Animals such as fish, whales and dolphins that live in water move with the help of fins and tails. They use their tail and fins to push through water. So students, we all have seen fish, right? Fish move with the help of fins and tails. So they use their fins and tails to push through water. Now next. Most animals have long or short tails, which are used for different purposes. Tigers, cheetahs and lions use their tails to balance themselves while making sharp turns when they run. Animals like monkeys and chimpanzees, which live on trees, can climb, hop and swing from one branch to another. Many animals also use their tails for brushing away flies and other insects from their bodies. Some animals like dogs wag their tail to show their feelings. So students, some animals have small tails or long tails. So they use their tails for different purposes. Okay, so some animals like tigers, cheetahs and lions, they use their tails to balance themselves while making sharp turns when they run. Okay, so whereas some animals like monkeys and chimpanzees, they use their tails to climb, hop and swing from one branch to another. Okay, so animals like cow, buffaloes use their tails for brushing away flies and other insects from their bodies. That means if any insects like mosquitoes, houseflies sit on their body, so they flies away with the help of their tails. Okay, so now next, muscles and scales. Underground animals such as snakes, slugs and earthworms do not have legs. They move by pushing their bodies along the ground using their muscles and scales. This kind of movement is called creeping. Animals like spiders, scorpions and ants walk slowly with their bodies close to the ground. So this type of movement is called crawling. So students, animals like snakes, slugs and earthworms, they do not have legs. So they move with the help of muscles and scales. Okay, so they creep on the ground. So this kind of movement is called creeping. And some animals like spiders, scorpions and ants, they have legs but they move very close to the ground. So this type of movement is called crawling. Okay, now move on to next, that is food habits. Animals depend on plants and other animals for food. We know that different animals eat different kinds of food. Animals such as cows, goats, horses and deer feed only on plants and are known as herbivores. Animals which depend on other animals for food are called carnivores. Lions, panthers, crocodiles and tigers hunt smaller animals. Some carnivores such as hyenas, vultures and jackals do not hunt but feed on leftovers. These animals also feed on dead animals, are known as scavengers. Some animals eat plants as well as animals as food. They are known as omnivores. Cows, ducks and bears are omnivores. So according to the paragraph, students, the animals have different eating habits. So they depend on plants as well as other animals for food. So as you all know that different animals eat different kinds of food, right? So some animals like goats, cows, horses and deer, they eat only plants. So they are called plant eating animals or herbivores. Okay, so some animals eat the flesh of other animals like lion, crocodile, tiger, fox. So they eat the flesh of other animals. So they are called flesh eating animals or carnivores. Okay, but there are some animals like humans, crow, pig, rats, dogs, etc. So they eat both plant as well as flesh. So they are known as omnivores. Okay, so another animals like vulture, jackals, they do not hunt. They feed on dead animals. So they are called scavengers. Okay, so they help us to keep the environment clean by eating dead animals. Now move on to next. Some uncommon animals. There are many animals which are not commonly found. We see them at zoos and learn about them from books or the internet. These animals are not found in other places on the earth except in their region. Some animals lived a long time ago but do not live anymore. They disappeared from earth due to many reasons. Such animals are extinct. Some examples are dinosaurs and dodos. Animals that are in danger of becoming extinct are endangered. Some endangered animals are the giant panda, Bengal tiger and blue whale. So students, according to the paragraph, okay, so there are many animals which are not commonly found on the earth, okay, but what happens, we see them at zoos or magazines, or we will learn about them from books or the internet. Okay, so some animals like dinosaurs and dodos, okay, they lived a long time ago, but nowadays they disappeared from the earth. That means they are no more on the earth. We do not get these types of animals anywhere on the earth. So they are called extinct animals. Extinct means totally disappeared from the earth. But there are some animals like panda, blue whale and Royal Bengal tiger are endangered or becoming extinct. They are called endangered animals. Endangered means they are limited on the earth. But if we will not take care of them, slowly what happens? They will disappear and become extinct. Okay? Now we have come to an end of this chapter. Now let's go through the exercise portion of this chapter. Okay? Here are some exercises which I have solved. Likewise, you have to do in your textbook. But use pencils while you are writing in your textbook. Okay? Now move on to question and answers. Here, all the questions you have to solve by yourself. Okay? And you have to write it in your practice copy. Okay? Thank you.